All right, everybody, what is going on? Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well, and we are just a few days away from the start of Seattle Seahawks training camp, just kind of waiting for stuff to happen at this point. And we are going to continue to grind down on our 2027 NFL draft preview. And now we're getting to the position that I think a lot of you guys are actually really going to be invested in. This is kind of your money shot this year in terms of early draft stuff, because this is the area that is probably really going to need to be addressed. Edge rusher, pass rusher, defensive end, outside linebacker, whatever you want to call them. We need these guys, and we probably need more than one. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks, but you're talking about edge rusher right now when it comes to the Seahawks. The only thing we know for sure is that Derek Hall's going to be here for a while. Derek Hall, under contract for a while, young, good player, still getting better. But you get past that, DeMarcus Lawrence, I don't expect him to be a Seahawk in 2027. Between him possibly retiring and entering the last year of his contract, maybe he gets extended, but he's getting old. What kind of extension are you really going to give him? I think that he won't be a Seahawk next year. Dante Fowler's on a one-year deal. Uchenna Nwosu's on the last year of his deal. And there really isn't a lot to get excited about behind those guys. You've got Connor O'Toole, I guess, and maybe there's something there, but haven't seen a lot of proof of it. So not only do the Seahawks need to draft edge rushers next year, but they might need to draft more than one within the top 100 picks. And they might need to find a guy who can contribute as a rookie, which is hard. We've talked about this before. Getting rookie edge rushers to make an impact, not easy. If you're not getting one of the super blue chippers, usually they are relatively passive that rookie season. So it's not a great spot to be in. We may have to sign somebody in free agency next year, but either way, I think we're going to have to hit this part of the team pretty hard. So edge rushers, it is a pretty good class. Let's dive in. And we're going to start with the top guys right now. We've got two guys that are currently projected to be top 5 picks. You've got Dylan Stewart. He's currently the top dog, top 5 guy. Really good all-around game. He can rush the passer. He's a good run stopper as well. Can play both phases. He's got length. His arms are nice and long. He's explosive. He's got that quickness. He's got that bend. The main issue with him is just he's not a very good tackler right now. And I do suspect he's better off being a defensive end, like hand in the dirt. And the production is not really there yet, so he's going to have to actually put up some numbers this year to stack up with the rest of the guys we're talking about. The other top 5 guy is Colin Simmons of Texas. This is another guy who's expected to be a top 5 pick. The quickness, the first step, the bend. He can wreck games with his pass rush. Really an absolute dominator when it comes to getting to the quarterback. Had 12 sacks last year. Led the conference, led the, what is it, the SEC. But he's pretty good against the run, but he is undersized. He is undersized, and the discipline is not really there yet. He doesn't tackle very well. He has a lot of penalties. So I don't know what he'll be in the NFL. Like at 244, you might be a pure pass rusher. And if you're a pure pass rusher, I don't know if I can take you in the top 5, especially in a good draft. But as of right now, those are your two guys that are projected to be top 5 picks, Dylan Stewart, Colin Simmons. We'll see how it goes. If you like sports, then the best way to make them even better and more exciting is using the Prize Picks app, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on your favorite players and build lineups with a few taps. Whatever sport you're into, and obviously we are now firmly into the NFL offseason, so we're all about baseball. We got some basketball, we got some hockey, whatever it is you like. Prize Picks gives you a fun way to stay locked in while you're watching. Definitely make sure to use the promo code HMA. Prize Picks is hooking up users with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. If you use that promo code, that is HMA. I've had a great time on Prize Picks so far, so definitely get on over to it, check it out, and make sure to get your lineups. And don't forget about Team Picks, where you can pick winners, spreads, and totals on any major game. So download the app now, use HMA, and get on over to Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And remember, always gamble responsibly. All right, so now let's talk about some guys that theoretically could be had by the Seattle Seahawks, because we're not going to pick high enough to get these guys. Mateo Ugalele is our first guy that is actually on the table. This is the Oregon defensive end. Had pretty good production the last 2 years, but he did not declare last year when many expected him to. He's an oversized defensive end. He's got long arms. He's got a lot of power. And given how big he is, his agility is pretty good. And he even brings some real pass rush moves to the table. It's just one of those things where when you're talking about a first round edge, which is what Ugalele is right now, you'd like the traits to be a little bit better. I don't think his first step quickness is amazing. His bend isn't amazing. He's not a great athlete. He's more of a bigger guy with power. But remember, that is what Mike Macdonald often likes. So make note of that. He might be a Mike Macdonald kind of edge in this defense. Okay, now we're getting to the second round guys, and these are the guys I think you really want to pay attention to because there are a bunch of second round graded players in this group, and the second round graded players, probably a few of them will end up in that late first, early second range, and that's probably where the Seahawks want to find a guy they like. So this is kind of where I'm starting to hunt. So Damon Wilson, great first step quickness, great bend. He is a productive rusher, even against elite tackles, because at Georgia and Missouri, you're playing good competition. You're playing Alabama. You're playing LSU. You're playing, I don't want to say Auburn anymore, but you're playing good competition for when you're playing for those schools. He's just small, and he cannot hold up against the run because of it. He's an undersized edge, not really the Mike Macdonald type. Quincy Rhodes Jr. of Arkansas here, another bigger edge. He's got massive length, really long arms, and he's really good at using his power to just push his way back into the backfield. He's got a nice bull rush. He just isn't a very quick or speedy guy. He doesn't have the overwhelming athleticism. He's an oversized edge, and he has some discipline issues with tackling. But again, that's kind of a Mike Macdonald edge, isn't it? Quincy Rhodes, that kind of fits the profile, so definitely make note of him. Kenyatta Jackson, another pretty big-bodied guy. Not overly so, but he's got a really good frame for playing NFL edge. He can hold up against the run. He's got power that he can use to get to the quarterback. And he even has some pass rush moves. He's got some ability to actually do it like an arm under. He's got a swim. He's just not a great athlete. He's just not very quick. So again, he's another one of these kind of bigger, slower, more powerful edges, which is not bad. Jordan Ross is the next guy we're going to talk about here, Tennessee. And this guy's had almost no production yet, so he's going to actually have to put up numbers this year because right now everything's a projection. But he's got crazy first step quickness. He's a great athlete. He's got the bend. He's got the ability to really go across the face of a tackle. And he's also got great length. But other than the length, he's just small. So he's probably only going to be a 3-4 outside linebacker, and he's probably going to be mostly a pass rusher. Probably just a guy who comes on the field for passing downs and just tries to get to the quarterback around the outside. And again, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. I don't know if it's Mike Macdonald's thing. One thing that's worth pointing out is apparently this team really did like Cassius Howell in the draft, so maybe Mike Macdonald is a little bit more open to that kind of stuff, but with the information we have right now, he likes different kinds. Okay, this is a tough one here. It's Yonze Pierre. Yonze Pierre of Alabama. No idea if that's how you pronounce it, but another second-round guy right now. Strong, all-around combination of being able to get to the quarterback and holding up against the run. Mostly he just needs to iron out his technique, iron out his tackling form, and you've got a good all-around player here, maybe not stellar in any one area, but somebody who is solid and effective in both phases. John Henry Daly of Utah here, another second-round grade at the moment. Ton of pass rush production last year, a lot of pressures, a lot of sacks. He's got good bend, and for a smaller guy, He's actually pretty stout against the run, so he does not let his size define him. So that's a really good positive thing with Daly. The main issue is that he tore his Achilles, so you've already got some injury red flags here, and you got to be careful with that. So you got to keep an eye on that. But other than that, he's got a really good all-around game in my mind and a really good all-around resume. Prince Will Umanmilian, and this is the younger brother of Princely, if you remember him from last year. But Prince Will of Ole Miss most recently, he's got good production as a rusher last year, 9 sacks. He's got really good length, and he's shown the ability to handle coverage drop so he can be a stand-up linebacker. But overall, he's not a great athlete. He's not somebody that's going to stun you with his quickness or his first step or his bend, and he's not very good against the run. So he's kind of caught in a weird limbo here where he's productive, but I don't know how excited you are about that production converting to the NFL. So those are your second round guys. Those, 7 guys currently have a second round grade on the aggregate. Some of those guys are going to bump up, and they're going to end up probably somewhere around that late first, early second. We just got to figure out who, and then we got to decide which one we want. Now, I do want to go through the third rounders as well, just so we conclude the top 100. So Tietum Tuoti, no idea, but Oregon edge rusher here. Very productive for them last year, 9.5 sacks. Got good size, so he's got that Mike McDonald size, pushing up near 260. And he is really good against the run. And he's got good fundamentals in terms of how he uses his hands and how he tackles. He just doesn't have speed. He doesn't have the first step quickness. He wins with his power. And the power is good. He's a power edge, can get to the quarterback using his strength, but a little bit limited. But again, that might be a Mike McDonald kind of thing. This seems like a Mike McDonald kind of edge to me. Here's a tough one. Boubacar Traore. This guy. I'm sorry. I have no idea where to even start with this one, but this is another third round guy. He's a quick first step guy, wins to the outside, makes a lot of plays against the run and the pass. Very active player, constantly around the ball, but he's weak. He's a little bit physically weak. Not going to hold up great against the run. Mostly he's an outside rusher. And he also has some medical stuff in his ledger that you're not in love with if you're trying to evaluate him. So we'll learn his name down the line, but right now, Boubacar Traore. Will Helt of Clemson here, another third round grade right now. He's another power edge. He's tough, a lot of strength. He's got NFL ready size, and he can impact the pass and the run, so both phases. He just doesn't have a lot in the way of speed, and he doesn't have a lot in the way of pass rush moves. He wants to use his power, wants to use his muscles, and he does win a lot with those things, so there's nothing wrong with that, but not really a speed edge. Clev Lubin of Louisville could declare this year. He's had 2 very productive years in college football. Good all-around skill set. He can get to the quarterback, he can defend the run, protect the edge, and he can handle coverage. He's a good cover player, and he's already got some pass rush moves. So he's not just a pure power guy or a pure speed guy. He wins with skill, but he's kind of small, 244, and he doesn't really have that explosive burst. So there is a little bit of a lower upside here. Final guy that we're going to talk about here would be Anto Saka of Northwestern. This is a guy that I watched a little bit last year. I was aware of him. He did not declare out of Northwestern last year, but imagine he will this year, especially if he can have a good year. Really good pass rush prospect. Really a lot of pressures. He's got massive quickness, massive bend. He's one of the best players in this draft in terms of turning the corner and getting to the quarterback with the speed on the outside. But that's really all he does. He can't defend the run. I don't know about him in coverage. He really only plays passing downs. He's relatively tightly defined. And this is at Northwestern. So if you're thinking you're going to get anything better from him in the NFL, it's unlikely. So Anto Saka, intriguing on some level, but there is a little bit of a defined role for him. I don't know if I see him breaking out of it. So those are all the edges currently given top 100 grades on the aggregate right now. Now, the day 3 guys right now would be Taylor Wine, Jonathan Maldonado, Bryce Young of Notre Dame. Yeah, Bryce Young. Marquise Lightfoot would be a 5th round guy. Chris Jones, 5th round. Paul Oyewele is a 5th round guy. 6th round is Ryland Kennedy, Kwa Russa, Joe Barna, Adonjia Green, Adam Trick, and Langston Hardy. And 7th round guys right now are Michael Kilbane, Elijah Rushing, Bo Atkinson, and TJ Searchy. So some difficult names in there for sure, but a lot of guys. A lot of guys. There are 15 guys currently graded in the top 100 on the aggregate. We've got 3 first rounders. We've got 7 second rounders and 5 third rounders. So should be a situation where there's a lot to pick from when we get to draft day. Obviously, some of these guys are going to fall off. Some of these guys are going to come back for the 2027 college football season. But we're going to have good stuff to pick from, in all likelihood, in 2027 at Edge. And that's what we need. All right, I'm going to go and get on out of here. See you guys later. Go Hawks. More draft stuff tomorrow. I might do another video later, might not. I don't know. There's not a lot going on right now, but I'll see you guys soon. Go Hawks.